All right, welcome back to Daytime. When I heard about our next segment, I got giddy like a little schoolgirl because I fancy myself a bit of an outdoors person. Not overly effective, but still an outdoors person nonetheless. And when we came up on the shot, it's going to lead very, hopefully seamlessly into our discussion about things that we can do. Obviously, we get out into the bush, and it's not even just specifically out in the bush. It's things that we can do around our property to ensure that we're generally bug-free, which last night I was sitting on a patio, and I was so the target of a squad of mosquitoes. Joining me now is Paul Tarsitano, a wellness emergency expert. And I mean, your credentials are, I could sit here and probably talk for about 40 minutes about just where you have been and where you're at now. But you brought with you a number of things. And again, we're talking about the outdoors. It is the summertime. And let's dig into it right away.
Sure.
We're talking bugs here. So.
Yeah, the bugs, you know, summer's back. We have this beautiful warm weather. And with the warm weather will bring us bugs.
Yes.
So we're going to look at, first of all, prevention. Let's prevent how to get bitten and stung. And let's just move over here and take a look at our hedgehog.
Okay.
A lot of these cores will have standing water after a rain. So what you want to do is, after rain, just empty it out, because that's a breeding ground for mosquitoes, is standing water. You could also plant a couple of plants. This is nature's insecticides.
Okay.
Lavender and also the chrysanthemum plant. And they're great because you can plant them around your garden or have them on a patio, and that'll prevent a lot of insects. Isn't that something?
I had no idea that. Lavender. I mean, we're starting to hear chrysanthemum, which will lead into something that we're going to talk about in a second.
Exactly.
I didn't realize that the chrysanthemums are actually toxic to certain bugs.
Absolutely,
wow.
They are.
Cool.
But we're going to move on to another thing. So after making your lemonade and lime, what you can do is keep the peels.
Okay.
Put them in a container and then put them underneath your counter. That'll avoid cockroaches who are around year-round.
You're kidding?
No, that's another nature way type of insecticide that you can use per se to keep the bugs away.
If you're a student living in an old student house, that might be you might want to perk up right there and take a note, because I had no idea. Not only that, it'll make your place smell good.
There you go.
There you go.
Now let's look at clothing.
Okay.
Clothing is essential, especially if you're heading out in cottage country. This is one clothing you want to avoid, is the dark color clothing.
Okay.
Because biting insects are attracted to that because it creates heat from the sun. And then biting insects love that. So you're going to be a target. So if you want your friends to be bitten or whatever, go over there, have them wear the dark color clothing.
Know, and I couldn't figure. I thought if anything, dark clothing would be great because you'd be semi-camouflaged. But wow, which attracts mosquitoes.
Absolutely. So these are the type of clothing you should wear. The light color clothing.
Yep.
Okay. And you could also bring the nets around.
Yeah,
this
of course.
Is really nice and light. Especially, you're
and
in
these are pantaloons
country.
here. These are actual netted pants. There you go. There you go. You can pretend you're a genie. All right, very good.
Scents.
Scents.
Certain perfumes, shampoos will also attract bugs.
Ah.
Very much so. So you want, going camping, you want to avoid the shampoos, the scented shampoos.
So go look for fragrance-free soaps and shampoos. Okay.
Now for your home, Raid has some Raid Earth Blends that combine science and earth ingredients, such as the chrysanthemum flower.
The chrysanthemum, yes.
And you could place this outside right here, and then you have your spray as well for the certain alternative to other insecticides.
Yeah, because there are some concerns about the toxicity of insecticides, and obviously this is implying something a little less toxic.
And read the directions.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Now, yellow jackets. These are the stinging insects, and they're brutal.
Yes.
There's something you could place on the patio that will attract the bee, the queen, and then the colony will disappear. They're not going to be forming. So once the queen is gone, the colony is gone.
So you're saying that this thing that targets specifically the queen?
That's right.
That's crazy.
Okay, so you get bitten.
Okay.
Okay, what are we going to do?
Yes.
First of all, always recommend having a well-stocked first aid kit, and also something for your skin to protect your skin, such as off. Now, I found the most effective insect repellent is going to contain DEET.
Okay.
But DEET, use with caution, read the directions, because there's different levels for different age groups.
Yep.
Exactly. Okay? Let's go to, so you get bitten. Bitten or stung. It's an actual mild form of allergic reaction.
Okay.
If you get stung, make sure the stinger is not in place. If so, flick it off. Wash it off with soap and water.
Okay.
Put a cold compressant and then a topical antihistamine, such as Benadryl, and that will actually reduce the swelling. I have something here. If you forget all this stuff, now we're going in the bush.
This is where we really learn your bushness there. Okay.
Absolutely. You get the fungus off the birch tree, put it in a fire, and it creates nauseating scent to insects.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You could do this. And what you could do is also get the cedar.
Yeah.
And if you have a hat, neutral hat like so, you could put the cedar in here like this. You know, you're going to kind of go a little bit of
and it's a fashion
Rambo
statement.
Absolutely. What do you think?
It's kind of like a peacock Rambo, you know. But it's still looking very Bushman, of course.
And say you get stung or even poison ivy. I call this Canada's aloe vera.
Okay.
This is actually jewelweed or touch me not. You crush this and you can put it on top of a sting or a bite and actually soothes the sting or the bite, as well as poison ivy. Isn't that something? That's our Canada's aloe vera.
So where would we find this? Where would the areas like
all over Southern Ontario and Northern Ontario, right by the wetlands.
Okay, and
isn't that wonderful?
It is now. I'm noticing it has a yellow, an orange flower. Is that what we're looking for?
You actually crush the stem itself.
So I meant in terms of identifying it. So we look for that orange.
Yeah, every so often they may have a pod.
Okay.
Not often.
Okay.
But look it up, jewelweed.
Okay.
Okay. Here's another thing. If you could see this.
Now this is the old-fashioned bug repellent.
This is the old-fashioned bug repellent. It's smoke.
Yep. Smoke.
You really don't want to do this.
Not so pleasant.
This is if you get lost or last resort.
Okay.
And another old-fashioned bug repellent is mud.
Okay, I'm just going to actually turn this so that our camera can actually see it here. I'm going to pull it in this way. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do for the glare. There we go. So that's you completely enveloped by a plume of smoke.
That's my friend Dave.
All right, that's your, it's your friend Dave. Well, we can't even identify. So, there we go. So, and again, you were talking about mud, just smearing mud on your face.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that is one of the best forms if you forget everything.
So there you go. Not only good for your skin, but keeps the bugs away. So finally, we have about a minute left here. We have some beverages.
And we're going to, time to get outside, have the picnics. Make sure you cover your foods with Ziploc bags or Ziploc containers. And when you're zipping the sweet drinks, make sure you look, especially in cans, because the stinging insects love to hide in the can, and that's going to hurt.
Especially if you have allergies, that could be fatal.
And if you have severe allergies, make sure you carry 2 EpiPens in your first aid kit.
Paul, we could have done 17 segments with you. We'd love to have you back at some point. If someone wants to find out more, where can they go?
Oh, you could go to savealifeca.com.
Okay.
Savealifeca.com and look me up. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
What a pleasure, Paul. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
More daytime to come, so stay with us, folks.